Hey guys, how you doing? It is Nate from TheStyleDogg. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today, I have a really cool and interesting video for you. Just to start off, I'm actually training, or shooting this video, I should say, at a new training facility that's opened up in the Sutherland Shire in Sydney. And if you guys can see, it's in the background, it is called Reborn Fitness. So this is actually my cousin's gym, and he's been kind enough to let me come down and start to shoot my videos here, which is awesome because I'll be able to shoot videos and not have to worry about, people getting in the background, noise from other people, and as well as I'm actually shooting on a Canon 70D with a full Rode mic and tripod, so it's actually quite a big setup, and it's obviously not the kind of thing you really want to be taking into a commercial gym and trying to film. So big shout out to my cousin Trav. So guys, do me all a massive favor and go follow Reborn Fitness Club on Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description so you guys can go check out their Instagram and of course their website. So let's start off with the video and let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking about what kind of training I personally do. We're going to kind of go over what I think of functional training, show you guys a physique or body update so you guys can see what I look like right now, and then I'm going to show you 5 of my favorite functional exercises that you can do with dumbbells. Okay, so quite an informative video, but this is something, or the direction in which I want to take my YouTube channel, because of course I am a personal trainer and this is a huge passion and a hobby of mine to be doing. So I thought I would pair it, put it on my YouTube, and give you guys some great content and some advice. So let's talk about a question that I've been commonly getting on my Instagram and my YouTube, and that of course is, what type of training do I do and what kind of training do I recommend? Now, the answer for both of those questions is functional training. Now, functional training, there are many definitions. If you ask someone different, they might say something else, but for me, it's all about working more than one muscle group, okay? And doing it in a manner that you're actually working them together, and it kind of mimics a real kind of a life movement that you may do on a day-to-day, or something you may do in sport, etc. So being on a, say, bench press machine or a pin-loaded machine where you've got your back supported and you're pushing off, okay, that is an isolation exercise primarily, or a cable kind of pin-loaded exercise, and that to me is not a functional exercise. So something that will perhaps work those same kind of muscle groups but be more of a functional exercise is, let's say, a push-up, because of course there you're working your core, your chest, your triceps, of course, as you would have been with the isolation bench press, but you're working more of your body, and that's more of a actual functional movement that you would do on your day-to-day. Okay, so does that kind of make sense, guys? That is the definition of functional exercise. So that's primarily what I do. However, I must be honest, I have been training for quite a while now, and I still stick to doing my isolation exercises as well. But I also mix in the functional, the plyometric. I also do a bit of strength training. And of course, I like to really mix things up with tempo changes, drop sets, and timing changes. So if you guys have seen my Tabata training videos, you would see that I love Tabata, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. It's one of my favorites to really not only, work specific muscle groups, but also get the heart rate up, and that way I'm able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get my cardio done at the same time. Okay, so why do I love functional training? Well, after you train for a few years, or as many years as I have, things start to become a little bit stale. So when I kind of got on the whole functional exercise bandwagon, it was to add variety into my fitness regime, or what I was currently doing. So variety is definitely one of the big reasons why I do functional training. 2, you don't need a lot of equipment. You can do a lot of body weight exercises that are still functional training. So with that said, you can do it at home, you can do it on the beach, you can do it anywhere. So that's what I really like about functional training. Another thing is, which I kind of mentioned just before, is that you can still work your cardiovascular system, because I know people that kind of like train and then they'll go into the elliptical trainer, treadmill, rower afterwards to get their cardio in. And what I'd prefer to do is get more bang for my buck, train specific muscles, but at the same time work my cardiovascular system. So at the end of the day, I can be in the gym for a shorter amount of time, but get just the same amount of results, if that makes sense. So I get bang for my buck by doing functional exercise. Okay, so time for the body update, guys. So like I said, my current stats, I am 74 kilos. I am about 5'8", 5'9". I'll be sitting anywhere between the 13 to 15% body fat, I'd like to think. The last time I got a body fat DEXA scan, I was sitting at 12.4%. So to be honest, I'm not too sure exactly where I am, but I'm just guesstimating around that. So if you guys want to see what around that kind of body fat percentage looks like, I'm going to show you guys now, show you where I am currently with my physique, so you guys can get a look of where I'm at. Okay, so let's do that now. Alright guys, so that is what I'm currently looking like. I just wanted to kind of show you a body update so you can kind of see where I'm at, what I'm looking like, because I do want to make improvements, and one of the best ways to kind of make sure you stay on track is to put a video of you on the internet shirtless so other people can see. That way, you know, let's say 8 weeks down the track, I'm going to really push the workouts in that meantime. You guys can kind of see a bit of a physique update, and hopefully by then I would have made some improvements physically so you guys can see. Now it's time for me to show you 5 of my favorite functional exercises that you can do with just a pair of dumbbells. Super easy. You guys can actually couple these exercises and use them in a kind of a mini circuit using Tabata timing, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. What I would do with these exercises is go 1 to 5, and you're gonna go 8 rounds, okay? So 1 to 5, 8 times, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Try to go non-stop, and I'm assuring you that by the end of it, you're gonna get a great cardiovascular workout, and of course, a great pump, because you're gonna be using all those different muscle groups, okay? So let's just go through the exercises now. As I do these exercises, guys, I'm gonna kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of certain things to look for when you do this particular exercise. Kind of, I guess, a bit of personal training as I show you these. So just take note and let's go over the exercise. All right, guys, so the first exercise you're gonna be doing is called the push-up row. You're gonna start in the normal push-up position, okay? You're gonna have the dumbbells at around 45 degrees facing inwards with your knuckles facing out. Now, because of the row positioning you're gonna be doing with this, I have my feet slightly wider than I would normally for a normal push-up. You're gonna come down. You're gonna get extra depth with the push-up because of the fact that you have the dumbbells in your hand, which allows for that. As you come up, you're then gonna row one of the weights up. Okay, so you're gonna be doing alternate rows, so your left. Then as you come down, you're gonna go straight down into the push-up. As you push back up, you're then gonna row on the other side. So as you can see, whilst I'm doing this, guys, I'm working my chest, my triceps, and then of course I'm working my core because I have to engage the core to help with the row, and of course stay in that static position whilst you're doing it. Second exercise I want to show you is called the squat press. With this, we will be working both our legs and our shoulders as well as our core as well. Again, you need 2 dumbbells, and you'll basically want to start with the dumbbells up nice and high, okay, into almost like a racked position, where you've got your knuckles facing out to your side and your elbows nice and high. The dumbbell should actually be running parallel to the floor. Now from that position, you're gonna have your feet basically shoulder width apart. You're gonna come down. Then as you power up out of the squat, that's when you're gonna take it into a press. Now as you squat back down, bring the weights down with you back to starting position. So exercise number 3, moving on, we're gonna go into a lateral lunge and a curl. So you guys are gonna be lunging sideways, which is actually gonna be hitting a different part of your leg, okay? So you're gonna start off with weights by the side. As you lunge out to a particular side, you are gonna make sure that one weight is on the inside of the leg and the other weight is on the outside of the leg, okay? So that that leg that you've lunged down on is in the middle. Now, as you lunge back up out of that position, I want you guys to hammer curl, okay? So that means bring the weight up to your shoulder, okay? Working the bicep as well as the legs for this one as you come up. And then you're gonna switch sides, okay? So it's a nice, smooth motion, okay? That you guys can obviously work the legs and the biceps at the same time. Now with the next exercise, okay, number 4, it's a dumbbell snatch. Now this movement only requires that you have 1 dumbbell, okay, and you can go quite heavy with this again. because you are using a lot of leg drive. Now this one really does get the heart rate up as well, and I like this one because it creates that overall power. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a wider stance than you did for the squat press. Now the weight will be sitting in the middle, and you're only gonna be holding it with one arm straight towards the ground. Other hand will be out the side for balance if you want. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna squat up, and then you're gonna go for an upright row pull position, because you want to be able to take the weight up above the head in one smooth, powerful movement, okay? Now the last exercise I wanna show you is a back lunge with a lateral raise. So you wanna work the legs as well as the shoulders for this one. So what you're gonna do, guys, is hold dumbbells by the side, 2 for this one. You're gonna lunge back so your back knee is nice and low to the ground. Now, you wanna be around 90 degrees in both the back and the front leg for this one, okay? Now, when you're at the lowest position, that's when you're gonna go for a lateral raise, okay, which is basically bringing up the dumbbells into a position where they're in line with your ears to work the shoulders, control them all the way back down, and when they're back again, you guys can drive up out of that lunge position and then switch legs and then repeat, okay? So of course with this one, you're working your legs and your shoulders, and it is an amazing exercise for not only your shoulders and your legs, like I said, but your core as well. Okay guys, so that is the video. So I've showed you what exercises I primarily like to do, or what type of exercise. I've showed you a physique update, what I'm currently looking like right now. And then I've also showed you 5 functional exercises that you can do with a pair of dumbbells, or one dumbbell in one case, and you guys can actually put that into a mini circuit yourself. So guys, let me know what you thought of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from this video. It's one of my more informative videos that I put out on my channel, but like I said, it's something that I'm gonna be looking to do in the future and more of. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and as always guys, follow me on my Instagram because I do post a lot of cool photos there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.